right, we're here at Enermax CES 2018, joined by Joseph. Joseph, can you tell us what you do with Enermax?
I'm the Sales and Marketing VP for North America branch, and I'm here to introduce our new product for this year.
Because we've got some really exciting things to talk about.
Really exciting. So, first thing we want to talk about is the trending the recent past year, which is the mining industry, and it's been booming. Our demand for kilowatt power supply has been skyrocketing. We decided to launch a mining kilowatt power supply, which is a 1250 watt titanium power supply. And the reason why we launched this is because a lot of the mining, they use high power wattage, and it needs to be efficient. We also incorporated like a turbo button to improve the fan speed.
I love that turbo buttons are making a comeback, right? It's like the go fast button.
Yeah, back in the days you have the NOS, you're like, this is basically the NOS for power supply.
So this will actually kick on the fans. I'm going to take a listen to this.
Yes. Okay, here we're ready. 1, 2, 3.
And so this is, again, a lot of system builders are always weighing those compromises between longevity and noise. Like I record a lot of audio, so I'm trying to make the quietest possible system. So this is giving people that choice or that option where if they want their system to run cooler longer, it's about more airflow.
It is about more airflow because when your mining rig is running 24/7, you're using a lot of energy and your system is non-stop running. It's important to keep your power supply cool because otherwise, if your power supply goes out, your whole rig goes out. One thing is we have a 10-year warranty for our Platinum bar. So anything happens, no hassle, call Enermax, or we'll replace it for you. We'll fix it or replace it for you.
I know there are people out there where they're trying to tie together all of their lighting, all of their components, their water cooling, and just the vast majority of parts out there can be really intimidating. Can you speak maybe a little bit to some of these, the way that the lighting accents play out here, the way that they work together with the fans on the coolers?
We have the RGB lightning theme, so we have to introduce our TB RGB fans, which is all our RGB sync with all the major manufacturers of motherboard. We also include the fan controller, RGB controller, who has backward compatible motherboards that doesn't have the RGB headers. You have your gamers that might want to stick to their old motherboard, just want to get an RGB setup. They can still use it with our free fan RGB control box.
Nice. And so this system's actually kind of special. We were talking about AMD cooling, and so what we've got rocking on here, I'm sure you guys were getting a lot of requests for a similar Intel solution, especially Core i9 kind of making its debut too right after Threadripper. Tell us what's going on in this box right here and what it is that Enermax is doing to keep that system running as cool as your AMD solutions.
What's so cool about this system is we updated the pump color to RGB, so that has to sync to the RGB as well, the lightning. Also the RGB fans, we included the RGB fans in the cooler, and also it uses the EF1 pump, which is the same pump as the AMD TR4, and it'll be because of the demand we have from consumers who like to use Intel CPUs. We're working with our engineering team to launch the Intel version in about 2 months. It's probably in about end of Q1 we should have it ready.
So this is just a little sneak peek what's coming down the pipe.
Just a little hint.
So these are the things that I know Enermax for, these types of cooling solutions. And again, seeing this sort of updated with new lighting options and things like that. Tell us what's going on here with this cooler.
So this is a RGB cooler that we're going to launch that's universal with the AM4 and the Intel brackets. So this one is actually available for pre-order to some of our partners. So we're launching that fairly soon, and in a 240, 280, and 360 solution. So right now, of course we have to keep up with the demand with the AMD and the Intel, and now we have to launch the RGB version. So we've been quite busy making coolers and power supplies. So so this is our latest liquid fusion RGB cooler. It's pretty much 7 times more powerful than traditional pump, which is about 80 to 90, so we're at 450.
You can build a rig focused in specifically not only on a game, but maybe even your favorite characters from a game. And where do you see Enermax fitting into that discussion?
Actually, due to not really a NDA thing, but we are gonna work with some software companies this year on some projects. Might be a character or two. That's all I can hint out. It might be some famous characters. So we're working on some project with some people, and we are definitely getting into that area this year. And we're also gonna keep focusing on our power supply and our cooling solution to keep up with the demand. So we're actually gonna be in a lot of events like PAX East, West, TwitchCon, PDX Land. We added a lot of events this year to showcase what we're gonna be doing. So it's gonna be a lot of exciting announcements this year with Enermax.
So I have you on the record. You are definitely making the Bulbasaur Pokemon Go backpack computer. That's gonna happen.
Something like that.
Some amazing gear here. This is getting me really hyped up. Like I've got to get into crypto for reals. Like not just reading about it on Reddit. But definitely check out all of the announcements coming from CES 2018, especially what Enermax has to offer. Some really cool gear. I'm digging this case. And give us a follow around the web, on the socials, on the YouTubes for our full CES 2018 coverage. We've got some crazy stuff to show you coming up soon, and you're not going to want to miss it.